I have a border collie that's a very high energy dog, and I decided that she always is looking for water, and having a baby pool was not an idea. We didn't want a regular swimming pool, so we said, well, maybe we could do something that can do both.
Today, our goals to tackle are going to be getting the waterfall up out of the pond and into the stream right before a pooling area, and then working our way back as it meanders up to the biofalls. We're also going to be excavating the area where our patio will be. We'll get our base in, we'll get that ready for stonework probably tomorrow, and then once stream is finished, we're going to wrap around, get all of our edges done, finish that intake, put in the plants, rinse it out, and have this filled. We're bringing in a water truck because this is going to take about 3,500 to 4,000 gallons of water to fill. He's on a well, so we don't want to drain that out completely. So lots to do today.
I've been dodging thunder from the magic one that I bought you. Don't turn the heat up any higher. You're cruel, you're so cruel.
This is the area where the patio is going to be, and so we've started our excavation. So we needed to calculate the amount of base material to use, then our stone dust, and then for the thickness of the flagstones we're using, and in this case they are 2 inches. So we want the patio to set above water level by approximately 4 inches. So we're just going in, leveling this off, then dropping in our road grade fabric, which is this nylon woven fabric here. This doesn't break down like a typical weed barrier fabric would do. So this is gonna be laid underneath all of our base. This holds everything in place and prevents any sinking, settling, or shifting of this material and the patio. So this is really good to use when setting steppers or large flagstone like this. It's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it because you don't have to come back when the customer says the patio is cracking or sinking. So we're getting pretty close to our depth. Next, we'll lay in that fabric, start trucking in our base, compacting it as we go, and then we can move on setting some stones.
So today we got a lot accomplished. Right in the morning we started on the stream and got the overlap in. As well, we also put the basin for the patio, and Drew and Jason did a great job starting the patio. It's already like half done. You can see it's nice and big, thick pieces to really give it that natural look, which makes it so much better than just your usual block patio. Also, Colby, Boley, and I started on the stream using a lot of those big boulders that came in on day one. And we're really starting to layer them and make it look super natural, as if the stream was here for thousands of years.
But Jason, actually, I gotta give him credit. He's been slaving away with the saw, making these awesome cuts to just hug the side of the pond here. All these gigantic pieces are just fitting together like a puzzle. It is right up to the edge of the pond, sitting about 3 inches above where that water level is. So as you stand and walk right to the edge, you're going to be looking down into that cave, super interactive with the fish, the plants, the whole pond itself. And as you're sitting on the chairs that they plan to put here, you're going to have a direct shot right at the waterfall, up the stream, and the start of the waterfall up there by the biofalls. For everyone who thinks I'm afraid of snakes, that's true, I am. But I will... I won't even touch it with my hand. That stripe means it's poisonous.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it is.
He's making that up.
Look at me. This is Drew. Like, oh, he's gearing up. He's ready to strike.
No, he's not.
Oh my God! Get him off of me now. Come on. I'm done. I'm done. These are the final pieces we're gonna need to add into this patio, giving us roughly 7.5 by 11.5. We're gonna have a nice irregular shape that kind of cuts in and around and then circles back to that side over there. Plenty of room to have 2 Adirondack chairs, a cool little fire pit, maybe a nice little drink table or something to sit between the 2 chairs. But this is the perfect vantage point to be looking directly across to this awesome waterfall, across the pond, up through the pooling areas, over that waterfall in the middle, and then starting up at that biofalls. Oh boy, Mother Nature has got something brewing for us. All right, good thing though, we finished the patio. We've got it cemented in around the borders. This way it keeps those edges from ever falling down and sinking or settling. What we're gonna do next is pull in all of this soil, finish up our edges on this side over here, drop in a couple of boulders on this front edge here, grade everything off over here. That means this whole front side of the pond is finished. Then on to finishing up a couple more pieces of stonework on that far side over there, and then back out, get this intake in, rinse everything down, fill it up, and finish this project. Good morning. All right, what is this, day 5? Day 6? Day 6, Saturday morning, back at it. That is water in the pond, so that means we are filling. So it's still a little bit murky. We rinsed it and rinsed it and rinsed it, but it's just gonna have to kind of run a couple days, settle itself out. Colby and Jason are up on the far side here, just finishing up some edge work, hooking up lights, cleaning up some of our garbage. Intake bay is almost completely rocked in. We've got the plumbing into the vault. We just have to connect the check valve, a lead pipe down to the pump, add some gravel, rinse that out real quick before the water gets up there, finish those back edges, clean up all the garbage, and then it should be time to turn this on.
All I'm saying is all I believe in. Always love, just give me a reason, even if it's only a feeling. Oh, I know it's only a day.
My goodness, this is the part that we absolutely work our butts off for and we love the most. We are 99% finished with this pond. All of the edge work is done, lights are hooked up, plumbing's hooked up, intake is finished, pond is filled. We've got to sweep off the patio before we add in that polymetric sand. Give everything a nice little rake off. We regraded all of that soil over there. They're gonna eventually be doing sod on that side, so they'll have their Harley rake in here. They'll clean up all the rocks out of that soil before they lay down fresh sod. But this is looking fantastic. Just the little touches of detail here with the pieces of wood that came out of their property, the moss, the plants, the rock work, everything piecing together to pull this into one of the nicest ponds we've put together this season.
All I'm saying is all I believe in. Always love, just give me a reason, even if it's only a feeling. Oh, I know it's only a day.
So I had 2 water features in my other house before I moved here, and I had raised koi from about 2 inches to 3.5 feet, and I couldn't find a place to put them when I was moving, and I didn't want to kill them, of course, because they were my children of 18 years. So I happened to say, well, we got to save these fish, and I said to Jerry, what do you think about a water feature? And one of the other reasons we thought about doing it, and he said, yes, of course we have to save the fish. I have a border collie that's a very high energy dog, and I decided that she always is looking for water, and having a baby pool was not an idea. We didn't want a regular swimming pool, so we said, well, maybe we could do something that can do both. So I got hold of Jack at Atlantis Water Gardens, and he came over, and I said, listen, I have this dog that we need a place that she can go in and get herself cooled off, and we want to save our fish, but we don't want the fish to be hurt. And so he said, oh, I've got a great idea. Right? So that's kind of where it all started from. And we started with a smaller pond, and as it was being built,
we decided to add another side to it, additional pool and a little stream. So that's where we're at right now.
And we were very, very lucky. We happened to get Jack. He had an opening, which was unbelievable at a certain time from when I called him. And the rest is history. And we went from a very boring backyard to an amazing feature. And as a result, we now have a putting green because of the water feature. And we have all kinds of added landscaping. And it was the beginning of a really fantastic, tranquil place for us to enjoy our backyard. My favorite part is the sound of the water.
Right. I like to sit in the 2 chairs up by the top of the falls and in the shade and just listen to the water and the breeze going through the trees and the birds, but the bird feeders, that's kind of what I enjoy.
But most importantly, my dog is very happy.
Yes.
She should really be on this interview because it's really a lot for her. So.